The casting for The Incredible Shrinking Man was a careful process. Grant Williams was chosen for the lead role after a series of screen tests showed he could handle the emotional range needed. His ability to express fear and wonder convincingly was key. For the role of his wife, the team wanted someone who could portray strong emotions and support. Randy Stuart got the part because she showed great chemistry with Williams in tests. The supporting cast was picked for their ability to bring realism to a science fiction story. Each actor went through auditions and had to prove they could adapt to the special effects that were crucial to the film. The casting decisions were made to ensure the actors could bring the extraordinary tale to life in a believable way. In the 1957 film, The Incredible Shrinking Man, director Jack Arnold crafted a story that was both thrilling and thoughtful. He drew inspiration from everyday life and science fiction themes. Arnold's style was clear and focused, using special effects to make the shrinking man's world seem large and dangerous. He worked closely with actor Grant Williams to portray the character's fear and determination as he becomes smaller. A crew, from camera operators to set designers, all played a part in creating the film's unique look. They used oversized props and innovative camera angles to bring the shrinking experience to life. Arnold's leadership and vision made the movie a classic, remembered for its creative storytelling and visual effects. The Incredible Shrinking Man is a film from 1957 that tells the story of a man who starts to shrink after a strange encounter. This movie has stayed popular over the years because it mixes real feelings with exciting science fiction. People remember it because it shows how someone small can still do big things. It makes us think about our place in the world, no matter our size. The one part that really sticks with you is when the shrinking man fights a spider with just a needle. It's a scary and powerful moment that shows his courage. Now we want to know what you think. What makes this movie special for you? Is there a scene that you can't forget? Share your favorite memories or experiences with this movie in the comments. We're excited to read your stories. The Incredible Shrinking Man, released in 1957, was a film that pushed the boundaries of movie making at the time. The production team faced the challenge of creating believable scenes where the main character, Scott Carey, shrinks in size. To achieve this, the set design included oversized props, such as giant chairs and tables, to make the actor look small. Filming took place in sound stages where these large items could be built and manipulated. One innovative technique used was forced perspective, which involves placing objects closer or farther from the camera to make them appear larger or smaller. This trick helped blend the actor with the large props seamlessly. Another method was using split screens and double exposure to show the character interacting with a regular-sized world. These techniques required careful planning and coordination, especially when timing the actor's movements with special effects. Despite these challenges, the film successfully brought to life the story of a man shrinking to the point where he battles everyday creatures like spiders, making it a memorable science fiction classic. The 1957 film, The Incredible Shrinking Man, is a remarkable piece of science fiction that also serves as a social commentary. Adapted from Richard Matheson's novel, The Shrinking Man, the story follows Scott, a man who inexplicably begins to shrink in size. This transformation is used as a metaphor to explore themes of alienation and the quest for conformity in 1950s America. The film's visual effects were groundbreaking for their time, creating a believable perspective of a shrinking man navigating a now gigantic world. One of the most memorable sequences involves Scott, now just inches tall, defending himself against a house cat named Butch. This intense scene showcases the film's ability to blend action with the protagonist's emotional journey. As Scott continues to shrink, he faces new challenges in the basement of his home, where everyday objects become daunting obstacles. Despite these trials, Scott's intelligence remains his greatest asset, allowing him to outwit a spider, symbolizing his resilience. The narrative culminates in Scott's realization that his worth is not tied to his physical size, but his existence as a human being. He comes to accept his place in the universe, no matter how small he may become. This philosophical ending elevates the film beyond a simple tale of science fiction, leaving a lasting impression on the viewer. Overall, The Incredible Shrinking Man stands out among its contemporaries for its thoughtful storytelling and innovative special effects. The film score for The Incredible Shrinking Man was created to match the story's shifts from everyday life to the strange and unknown. Composer Leonard Rosenman crafted themes that reflect the main character's feelings of wonder and fear. As he shrinks, the music shifts from large, full orchestral pieces to quieter, more delicate sounds. This mirrors his journey into smaller spaces where even everyday objects seem huge and menacing. The musicians played with precision, making sure each note helped tell the story. Their work made the audience feel the same emotions as the character, connecting them deeply to his adventure. In the world of classic science fiction, one film stands out for its creative use of special effects and storytelling. William Schallert took on the role of Dr. Arthur Bramson, and his performance remained a highlight until he passed away in 2016, being the last of the cast to do so. The film's legacy continued to spark interest, leading Universal to announce a remake in 2008, with Brett Ratner at the helm as director and Eddie Murphy set to star. The original film's influence extended beyond its own narrative, as its oversized props found a second life on the set of Land of the Giants in 1968, showcasing the enduring appeal and resourcefulness of its production design. In The Incredible Shrinking Man, the scene where Scott Carey realizes he is shrinking sets the stage for his journey. The direction focuses on his reactions and the changing scale of objects around him to show his transformation. The performance captures his fear and confusion, making viewers feel his panic. The cinematography uses close-ups and angles to emphasize his shrinking perspective. This moment makes the audience think about their own place in the world. Another powerful scene is when Scott battles the spider. The direction creates tension with tight shots and quick cuts. The actor's performance shows determination and bravery, making this a thrilling moment. The use of shadows and lighting in the cinematography adds to the danger. This scene leaves viewers on the edge of their seats, rooting for Scott. The filmmakers and actors worked to make these scenes feel real and frightening. They wanted to show the struggle of a man against impossible odds. Their commentary reveals that they aimed to connect with viewers' fears and hopes, making the film memorable and stirring. These scenes stand out for their emotional pull and visual storytelling. They make people think about strength and survival. Before his passing, Billy Curtis was known for his role as Mayor McCheese in McDonald's advertising, a character he portrayed from its inception. His death in 1988 led to the retirement of the character. Earlier in his life, Curtis, whose real name was Luigi Curto, worked at a shoe shop owned by Louis Robinson in Springfield, Massachusetts. He was encouraged by actress Shirley Booth to pursue acting, which led to his involvement in theater. The families of Curto and Robinson were close, as their children grew up playing together. In addition to his acting, Curtis left a mark with the props from his films. Notably, oversized items like scissors, nails, and a mousetrap from his notable film were displayed at Universal Studios, becoming a part of the tour experience for many years. The 1957 film The Incredible Shrinking Man had a significant effect on both society and culture. It showed audiences the fears and hopes of that time, reflecting worries about things like radiation and technology that were very new. The movie also made people think about the value of each person's life, no matter how small they seem. It became a part of popular culture, inspiring many stories and films that came after it. The film made people talk about important ideas like human identity and our place in the universe. It was a movie that made people think while also entertaining them. William Schallert's career spanned several decades and a variety of roles in both film and theater. Notably, he worked with director Joe Dante on multiple occasions, featuring in films like Twilight Zone the movie and Gremlins. His stage presence was equally strong, evidenced by his performance alongside Harry Hamlin in the Playhouse at the Falcon Theater. His talent was recognized with an OBIE award for his role in the trial of Catonsville 9, showcasing his skill in bringing challenging roles to life. Schallert's contributions to both screen and stage have left a lasting impression on audiences and the industry alike. The Incredible Shrinking Man, released in 1957, received positive reviews for its special effects and storytelling. Critics praised its imaginative concept and the way it blended science fiction with human drama. The film was seen as a reflection on human vulnerability and strength. It won a Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation, showing its impact on the science fiction genre. This recognition was significant for those involved, affirming their work's value and influence in cinema. The film's success helped to further the careers of its cast and crew, proving that thoughtful science fiction could resonate with audiences and critics alike. In adapting Richard Matheson's novel for the screen, the filmmakers altered the structure from a series of flashbacks to a straightforward narrative. This change was made to create a more direct and engaging story for the audience. However, this shift meant that several bold plot points from the book were not included in the film. These omitted scenes involved more mature themes that were deemed too daring for the time, such as encounters with a female dwarf and a hostile drunk, as well as interactions with teenagers and secretive observations of a young girl. The character of Scott Carey's pet cat was brought to life by Orangey, a well-known animal actor, adding a touch of realism to the film. Additionally, the movie subtly nods to its studio's history by featuring the theme song from Written on the Wind, a film released the previous year during a scene where Louise Carey is heard speaking on the phone. This choice of background music connects the two films and provides a familiar auditory element for viewers who recognize the tune. During the filming of The Incredible Shrinking Man, the crew faced unique challenges due to the special effects required to make the lead actor look tiny. They built giant props like a huge matchstick and a large mousetrap to create the illusion of a shrunken man. The actor, Grant Williams, had to act with these oversized objects, pretending they were normal size. The director, Jack Arnold, was known for his patience and attention to detail, which helped the cast and crew deliver their best despite the long hours and technical difficulties. The film's success was a team effort, with everyone from the set designers to the camera operators contributing to the groundbreaking visual effects that made the story come to life on screen. In his career filled with many roles, William Schallert is often remembered for playing Nils Boris in the Star Trek episode The Trouble with Tribbles. The film's memorable ending speech, delivered by Scott Carey, was a late addition by director Jack Arnold, enhancing the film's lasting effect. Adding to the authenticity of the era, Scott's brother Charlie is seen driving a classic 1956 Chrysler New Yorker convertible, complete with the distinctive yellow California license plates of the time. These plates, used before 1963, add a touch of historical accuracy to the film's setting. The Incredible Shrinking Man is a film that stands out for its creative storytelling and special effects. It showed a man becoming smaller and smaller, which was new for movies at that time. This film made people think about human existence in a different way and influenced how science fiction stories were told. It led to more films and books exploring similar ideas, where characters face challenges that make them question their place in the universe. The movie also encouraged filmmakers to use special effects to make the impossible seem real, shaping the way future science fiction films were made. In the world of classic science fiction, William Schallert made a name for himself not just once, but multiple times. His roles in the Twilight Zone series across different years showed his ability to captivate audiences. Meanwhile, Randy Stuart had an early start in entertainment, joining her family's vaudeville act as a young child. This background likely honed her skills for her later work in film and television. In the narrative of the film, the character Charlie, portrayed by Paul Langton, is seen driving a 1956 Chrysler New Yorker convertible, a car that was a symbol of style and luxury during its time. These elements combined contribute to the unique fabric of the film story and its enduring appeal over the years. In the wake of the film's success, a sequel was on the drawing board, with Richard Matheson crafting a story where Louise Carey, the protagonist's wife, starts to shrink. The studio, Universal, initially showed interest in bringing this narrative to the screen, but ultimately the idea was shelved and never realized. During the casting phase for the original film, the studio had their sights set on Dan O'Herlihy to portray Scott, the lead character. However, O'Herlihy turned down the role. William Schallert, who also featured in the film, shared his experiences and insights in an interview found in Tom Weaver's book, They Fought in the Creature Features, providing a glimpse into the making of this classic film. In the process of creating the film's visual effects, technicians innovated by using unconventional methods to simulate oversized water droplets. They achieved this by filling condoms with water and dropping them to mimic the scale of the environment the character found himself in. Meanwhile, William Schallert, who later became known for his role as a beloved television father, contributed his acting talents to the film. His performance would resonate with audiences, earning him a place among the most memorable TV fathers. Additionally, the film touches on the scientific aspect of size and temperature regulation. As the protagonist becomes smaller, the challenge of maintaining body heat is highlighted, a struggle that smaller creatures in nature often face and overcome through physical adaptations. The Incredible Shrinking Man is a classic film that has touched many lives. If you have seen this movie, we would love to hear how it affected you. Did it change the way you see movies? Maybe it left a strong memory or showed you something new about life. Your stories are important, and sharing them can bring us all closer together. So please tell us your experience. And if you enjoy talking about old movies and want to see more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more discussions like this.